Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to you. I am Ha. I am Ha. I am Ha. And so it is. Lots of love out to you all. Now that was supposed to be the note E, in case you're interested. And E is a very interesting letter today. I noticed that I looked back in my little book of notes. I'll review them sometimes. I haven't kept up with them because there's so many little notes, but the ones that I did keep up with sometimes inspire new things to come up. And one of the things I noticed in looking back at my notes that ES, which comes up constantly as one of the acronyms in my reads, it's also my initials, but ES, the reflection of that is the number 32, which came up because numbers is my thing. So in Christos Sophia, Christ and Sophia both resonate to 32, but Sophia with an F is 23. So it literally reflects the 32. So again, 23 is also always, there's a date, I think it was April 23rd, that always came up as significant to me for some reason, and I never knew why. I don't know if it was April or August 23rd, but it was the 23 that was significant. And so here the 23 of the King of Wands comes up also in this deck is the shaman energy. And I just got the download of the word, which is very shaman, of Chiquinoa. And more information came up regarding that download, not last night, but the night before at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I told you yesterday about Chiquinoa. And there's no whole word Chiquinoa unless you guys all know of some tribal word that has a meaning from the whole word Chiquinoa. So they guided me this morning to Noah because I hadn't looked up Noah. So Noah with an H, obviously, you all know who Noah is. But N-O-A from quinoa, Q-U-I-N-O-A, it's coming up as Chiquinoa is quinoa with chi in front of it, which is life force. But also today they were guiding me to look up the NOA definition. And I just told my son yesterday to say the Chiquinoa. So say Chiquinoa. It's such an amazing word to say. Chiquinoa. Chiquinoa. It's very profound. And when we were doing meditation yesterday, I told him to remember the word by cheek and no. And so I looked up the word NOA this morning. And the first two words that are the definition of Noah is cheek, the cheek, which I just told my son yesterday, and no, K-N-O-W. So Chiquinoa. This is how they confirm things. It's so amazing. But Noah has so many definitions here, including zero. So it's referencing the 0 point and the life force. So Chiquinoa is a very profound word. It definitely is a chanting word. I was already chanting it. And again, it came up this morning again, where I first wrote it down at 10:28 this morning, which is 10 of the Wheel of Fortune and 28 of the Twins, the choice of path. But also Chiquinoa is chic and Noah. And Noah also means new, so chic and new. It also means to release and tie or bind at the same time. So it's very much bringing up the 0 point energy. It brings up water and dagger, which are very much different energies, right? They're bringing the polarities to the center at the 0 point. It also references the meaning nuga, because Noah means nuga. That's one of the definitions. And nuga means that dagger, knife, or blade, but also means nonsense or jesting. And notice that nonsense is non-sense. So at 0 point, it's actually the act of not sensing anything, right? Letting go of all of your senses and just allowing. Also, another definition is to release from taboo. or profane, right? To not be hung up on human restraints or barriers that our human society has made up along the way. That doesn't mean it's right for you or anyone necessarily. So it's an amazing word, Chiquinoa, and that wasn't the end of it. I told you yesterday that my mom used to call my sister Kiki Wump, which is so funny because chi and ki are basically the same word. Like one comes up as the other's definition. So it's literally Kiki, and then I looked up Kiki. So there's two words, Kiki and Chiquinoa. So Kikino means a noun, literally. So a person, place, or thing with the A on the end, which is a human with a connection. So a person, place, or thing with a human connection. That's the Chiquinoa. So it's like Chiquinoa without the A, and that's the human connection. So Chiquinoa also means a person, place, or thing with a human connection. And then Kiki, which is so funny that my mom called my sister Kiki Wump, which is obviously a very endearing name. But Kiki also means vulva, vagina, and penis. And then wump is the insinuation of the butt. So I just thought it was hilarious that my mom was calling my daughter vagina, penis, wump. But really funny. So it also means neither nor, or in other words, not feminine nor butch. So again, what we're striving for, right? The 0 point between the masculine and the feminine. A gathering for gossip and chit-chat or giggling. A meeting of friends without an agenda or goal. Small tartar calculus, the female genitalia, vulva and vagina, but also boy or man, throat or penis in a childish way. Plug, to sting, to look to the side. And then it also means oneself. And this is from the Quechua language, which is so similar to the Chiqua. It's Quechua is the language this meaning came from, where Kiki means oneself, same, equal, and identical. Okay, and of course Kiki, and being the same words, references twins. And Noah, new twins, fresh twins, nonsensical twins, right? 0 point twins. So all of these energies come up around the twins. It was very interesting. So again, the word is Chiquinoa. So just remember quinoa with chi in front of it. All right, so there's my little ditty about that. So let's go into the reads today. I wanted to show you too my notes from the name of my business, because that referenced the 23 as well. Let me see if I have that page here. Yeah, so since I'm into numerology, when I did my name, Twin Flames 3344, of course, you know, I knew what the numbers were. So twin is 21 and flames is 20. So together, twin flames is 41, which is the Ace of Cups. And of course, 21 is the world, 20 is judgment. And then 33 adds up to 6, and 44 adds up to 8, which is 68. And 6 plus 8 equals 14. So now we have twin flames is 41, 3344 is 14, the reflection of 41. And then LLC is 9, but that's a general term. And then twin flames 3344 adds up to 55, which is the truth. You add the LLC, which is societal norm, right? It then becomes the 64 of the 10 of swords, the ending of pain. But they're both ones. So it was very interesting. I just wanted to let you know that because it's pretty cool the way the numbers had come out. I'd forgotten about that. But twin flames is 41 and 3344 is 14. And I'd reported this to you from someone else who reported, I don't know if it was Sam or another website that was reporting that we were going from 33% of our DNA use to 44%. And then that the Pleiadians, and it might be Elena Denon, I can't remember, that the Pleiadians were at 80%. And 3344, of course, is my business number, but it's also because my life lesson number is 44. And 33 is the Christ vibration, but also all of my numbers together add up to 33. And then 80 is my destiny number. So it all interplays within your own energy. So I just wanted to point that out to you. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's get into this union read. And I watched the Versace series. I finished watching it with my son yesterday, and I started watching the night before. And boy, do you walk into something you weren't expecting. You know, you're walking into a series about a designer, and it ends up being a whole, serial killer investigation. It was pretty dark, but very enlightening as well. There's definitely, if you watch it, there will be some wounding that comes up there for sure. All right, let's see where I am. So today's the 3rd. Happy birthday, Dad. My dad passed away in 2016, but today's his birthday. He would have been, I think, 94 today. All right, so we're going back to yesterday. All right, so the union read from yesterday, and then the twin flame read. So here is the union spread for today. We have, for those of you not familiar, the 4D, 5D, and 6D, the feminine on the left, divine masculine on the right, the bridge between them in between, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, 3 cards, and then the underlying energy here, the outgoing energy here. And then we have the read in front of you, the basic read from the SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the same for both reads. And then the whole 7-deck read in front of you with the clarifiers here. It's a lot of energy there. Again, it is a general reading, so if something doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. But there's a lot of downloads and codes and information in these reads that will come up to help you activate your own codes. So I'm also going to roll the die for us before I forget to do that. This is for the twin flames for June 3rd, 2021. And Dad, if you can give me some information here, that would be great. This is for the twins today on my dad's birthday, June 3rd, 2021. All right, so we have the number 9. Okay, there's number 9. We have the Capricorn energy, which my dad was such a responsible Capricorn-y type of energy. He was a Gemini, but he definitely had that Capricorn-y type energy as well. And I do too. I have Capricorn moon as well as my Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in Capricorn, which was very affected by the last eclipse in December. And then we have Jupiter here, which you see looks like the number 4, which is kind of interesting since Jupiter is not about stability, it's about expansion, which I suppose can be seen as stability. But you notice this 4 also can be 21, the 2 and the 1. It's all in your perspective. All right, so we have the 9, which is Hermit and Virgo, and then Capricorn, and then Jupiter, which is Sagittarius. So let's see how those energies come up and play, along with the number 9, which is also the number of the collective consciousness. And endings, completions, it is the culmination of the 1 through 9 numbers. All right, so we have the union here at 409. Which is interesting because didn't I just say 914 for something? I can't remember. But anyway, 409, those numbers come up because I was told at one point that my lucky numbers were 4, 9, and 14. So, and those 3 numbers just came up. So the union read is 4D, 5D, 6D, the divine feminine, divine masculine. The underlying energy was the 9 of cups, the central energy, the ace of cups, and the final energy, the 10 of cups, which is really interesting because yesterday they were all wands. Today they're all cups, and I've never seen that combination together before. It's really powerful. It's the 9 and 10 of cups and the ace in the middle, which is big love, right? And fulfillment of emotions. So getting wish with new love, the 9 of the 9 of cups plus the 1 of the ace equals the 10 of cups at the end. Complete emotional fulfillment with the flyer on top. The divine feminine was 6 rays of light coming in. The divine masculine was 6 plus rays going out. The rainbow bridge 4 supporting the 6 on top to go the distance. And here we have the 4 and the 6, which is, on either side of the 5, which is the middle of the numbers, right? But it's also the 46 of the children in the garden loving each other. And the 4 of the Jupiter that just came up. And we all know that 6 is the reverse of the 9, it's the reflection. So the rainbow bridge of the 4 supporting the 6 on top to go the distance. The stability of the home, and the 6 of the lovers, love, family, community as well. And then the incoming divine feminine is the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Cups. So all cups again. There's a lot of beautiful emotional energy here. So the Divine Feminine handling the wave, grounded from celebration, trying to catch up before things hit hard. Spirally upward, too many steps to count, two at a time. And again, this references the Noah 2x2 and also the 144,000 of the 72x2. Now all emotionally fulfilling from the Mary Magdalene Chapel with the sun shining through the portal. The chapel that I was in the south of France had a circular window over the door, which shone in. I actually have a picture of myself in that light. Very cool. So from the Mary Magdalene Chapel with the sun shining in through the portal, which is the energy coming in here, to the light on the Thai regarding Thailand, the Thai or flooding into the cellar or basement chamber. Versace by the sea, swimming laps by the sea over and over. Where they end up, nobody knows. In the woods again, unable to look up at the Two of Cups after three disposed of. Socializing alone, now here to face emotions of one-to-one, facing one-to-one. The Kermit on the lily pad in the Muppet movie #1. I don't know if you remember that moment, but it's pretty cool when for the very first time when we saw Kermit on the screen like that. It was a very sweet, profound moment on the lily pads. The other one was the bicycle, Kermit riding the bicycle for me. But the 4D here is the Page of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Alchemy. The Divine Feminine praying to the fire gods, or the masked child, on passing the torch to her, child. The Divine Masculine alchemizing the pit in the stomach, or apricot, amygdalin, perhaps cured their ailment. Bridging by the Four of Cups, focusing up on the North Star, the North Node, or ships to be seen, knowing what to do when turbulent emotions come around. The 5D here is the Five of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Three of Swords. The Divine Feminine juggling 3 again, with 2 on the ground. Frog stretching to Prince atop Mount Everest in the clouds. The man with no name, no face, and no fame, but he loves, which is a line from my song, Christo Sophia. And the Divine Masculine with 3 swords, with searchlights on, deep emotions, in the dark, ocean waters, perhaps drowning wounds, and hit by lightning, or strikes, or surfing the waves. Bridging with an outpouring of aqua love, finding a way out in the day without help. So it's much easier to find their way in the light. Both searching high and low, but the heart is where the North Star lies. And then 3-2, 3-2, and 3-1 comes up here, as well as the 2-3. It's the same energy of the vibration of the 2-3-2-3-2-3, or 3-2-3-2-3-2. But the 31 in between, which is the Five of Wands of expansion, 32 being the journey card. So 2 journeys with conflict amidst them, or the pursuit of happiness, depending on your perspective. And the 6D here of the higher self, the Six of Wands, and the Starseed. So here's the journey on top in the middle. The Divine Feminine higher self in the plasma ethers, under the eclipse moon, with scroll work to do. The Divine Masculine Starseed manifesting a big download to the crown in Jungle Land. Both heating up on the bridge, leading the way together on the twin flame journey with good news. The Divine Feminine with the Page of Wands stretching to grow from red to chill green to blue plasma ether, plasma, or plasma, plasma, and then Yuma, which came up as my soul name. But again, that energy of the mother, the dark side of the moon. The Divine Masculine is the patient in separation, or is patient in separation and stormy weather, waiting for clearing for one big download to come, or coming to the crown, or freezing out the crown. The leap of faith to the higher self. Love ignited fire on the bridge, propelled from hope in deep emotions. At 441, which is the Emperor and the Ace of Cups. Self-love. So the outgoing Divine Masculine here is the Lovers, Karma, and the Three of Wands. The Lovers open the lotus crown to the third flame to allow emotional fulfillment. Lovers announce a gift to family, perhaps. The Divine Feminine had Pisces on their side, along with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okay, being love and being inspired. On the Divine Masculine side was Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aquarius. And there were no court cards on the masculine side, and there were no signs or court cards between the masculine and feminine here. A very clear path. The number that came up for this read was 53, the Knight of Swords, the Messenger of Truth, the Knight in Shining Armor. And the horizontal pillars came up as 25, 9, and 19, the Knight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Sun. And the vertical pillars came up as 9, 7, 5, 5, 11, 3, and 13, which is the Hermit, the Chariot, 2 Hierophants, or the 55 of the Truth, the Excalibur, the Ace of Swords. And then the 5s, of course, is the Hierophant. And then 11, Justice, the 3 of the Empress, or Gaia, or Abundance, and then 13 of Death. So the message coming up as on the bridge, the Divine Feminine fueling the journey with love, the Knight of Wands, Hermit on vacation, or they're 2 separate people, with the Knight of Swords, or exposed by the Messenger of Truth. The Hermit, Divine Feminine, reaping the hero in justice with the Empress's death, so that could be a mother or a boss or some kind of woman in power, with the Empress's death, ending, or transformation. The Hermit in the Chariot with Excalibur, or the Truth, and the Justice in abundance with the Messenger of Truth, or in the end, allowing the truth to be known. Okay, so that was the union read. The Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Twin Flame read, the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 9:15, which is the 9 of the Hermit, the 15 of the Devil, or the shadow side. And then at 9:27, CES came in, which is a preface in French for we as opposed to I or you, like us. And also the F chalices was coming up. So again, expanding and contracting of the F of emotions and heart. I finished clarifying at 9:43, which is the Hermit, and the 43 of the 3 of Cups coming together, which is interesting too, because my son, I've been doing a lot with my son the past couple days, and I'm the Hermit because I'm Virgo, and his soul number is 43. So this read was done at 9:43. The major arcana here were the Hanging Man, Chariot, Guidance, which is the Hierophant, the Higher Self, which is the High Priestess, Reason, which is the Emperor, Shadow, which is the Devil. And then before the read, the Starseed and Ascension came up. Starseed is the Fool, Ascension is the World. And after the read, the Great Wheel came up, or the Wheel of Fortune. We had 2 cups, 1 wand, 1 sword, and 1 pentacle, so very well distributed. 2, 1, 1, 1. So there's 21 of the world and 11 of justice. We have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles as the main court cards in the read. The King of Wands, Shaman, and the Page of Swords also came up before the read. And then as far as the numbers, we had double ones and double eights. So double ones is 11 of justice, and 8, 8 is the twins dancing side by side, both balancing between their masculine and feminine. We also have the numbers 3 and 6 being very significant, the Empress and the Lovers, or that could be abundance or Gaia and the Lovers, or love, family, and community. We have the 18 of the Moon, 13 of the Death card, 36 of the Atlas, 10 of Wands card. We have 12 of the Hangman, 23 of the King of Wands, 34 of the 8 of Wands, 46 of the 6 of Cups, which both of those came up, and then 68, which also came up in my business name. 68 is the Page of Pentacles. So the code line here is all about healing and new beginnings. And new beginnings was split up in, just the word new was split up in NE and W, which can reference northeast and west beginnings. And the number 6. So all about love, family, and community, and the lovers. And here's how the code line played out today. So the AM was coming up, so the morning time. That can reference radio as well. But seeing the key, the night key in the morning, guidance to the nth degree with lovers healing any W beginnings. And I was getting W as 2 U's, the twin U's beginnings. And then the contrast between the W and the M came up, because you notice an M is the 2 masculine triangles with 1 feminine between, the W being the opposite, 2 feminine with the masculine between. as far as the triangles. And if you put them together, they make two X's or two V's or two I's and X's and Y's. So they really make up everything, the M and the W together like that when they cross over each other. So it's very significant, the M and the W. Let's see, AMC also came up. AMC being key to an after-death test, key guidance to the nth degree with the number 6 or the lovers or the Sophia 9, the collective consciousness, healing new beginnings, or perhaps north, east, and west, or also NE can be any west beginnings. The code line again could be 9 or no, in an energetic exchange being the key, a good key to guidance to the nth degree, your connection with your twin, and the 6 of the love family community or the lovers, healing new beginnings. Also the shoulder came up here. The shoulder, an energetic exchange of energy, or eek, which could be some kind of, something that happens and you're not quite comfortable with it, but this could be some shoulder pain, but it's revolving around happiness and prosperity test. Are you going to allow yourself to be happy? Guidance here to the nth degree, so pay attention, with love, family, and community, and healing. Also in the morning, I was just getting morning sickness too, so someone might be going through, maybe they're newly pregnant and they don't know it yet, but morning sickness. But morning time to seek to put aside psychic ability with key guidance or key commitment to the nth degree to love, family, and community, or the lovers. And also the armored car coming up here, an energetic exchange with existence, situation without going onward, without being worn, without being chicken, without nothing or without no one. So an armored car, an energetic exchange, that kind of existence is saying like you have a situation with nothing because you're trying to protect yourself so much that you have no connection with humanity at all, which isn't what we're aiming for here. We also have PT key, which it could be part-time or physical therapy being key here regarding guidance again with the 6 lovers or Sophia 9, which is the collective consciousness of the feminine, especially healing in a new beginning here. So we start this read with the Hangman Upright. So here's the Hanging Man and the underlying energy with the mini cards on top. I go 5 cards down and then 5 cards out here, being 21 cards in all in the main read of the SIRIAN Starseed deck. And I started this read at 1033, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, a turn for the better, and the 33 of the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for oneself, taking the high ground. It's 11:21 o'clock right now, which is justice and the completion of the world. And it's 28:08 right here, so the twins and then the 8 of the dance. So beneath the Hanging Man from the bottom up was the Starseed or Fool upright, the Ace of Cups reversed, Ascension reversed, or the World, and then the King of Wands upright and the Page of Swords reversed. So the Starseed, a fresh start, a big download, free to leap, purge, overwhelmed, with the world upside down, and the King of Wands upright, that's the shaman energy, rushing in passionately to address rumors or negative talk or self-talk. The Page of Swords reversed, perhaps being too mouthy or talking too much, hanging out with a right knee block to see a new perspective and coming together at work to receive new passion or project from recovering after falling out, a negative past, or kids acting up. And when I went into my little black book here about my notes, something did come up about the right knee block and anger, and how I'd heard this from somebody else at some point, but this was a couple of years ago, that when you're angry, if you need to yell at your twin, well, do so in the etheric realms, because their 5D self can handle that. Their 3D self maybe not, right? Because that could cause triggering. But if you need to get out, release those energies, do it with your higher self so you can transmute those energies. Don't keep it in, don't keep it pent up. But also, of course, you can hit a pillow or you can jog or exercise. There's lots of different ways of releasing that. But it's allowing it to come up, allowing yourself to see it and feel it and know that it's all okay. Okay. So the wounded warrior is coming up with the Queen of Wands reversed, whether that's her or someone with her, but she's reversed, so that definitely could be a wounded warrior. The Queen of Wands reversed can also be someone who's tired or sick and tired, or really angry. Where the worst is over now here of pain and betrayal. Standing up for self and separation, walking away before the truth comes out, as I'm losing my voice. The Hermit reverse coming out inspired by a negative past or a falling out. Going out of their mind, the Page of Wands is still inspired about a happy childhood that may now be all a lie. And boy, did that come up in Versace last night too. Losing it in space boots on another planet, right? So feeling like you don't belong here, or just feeling like you're in another world, or somebody around you is. Sharing and settling out. The Page of Cups is upright with a message of love to the Divine Feminine in 5D, or this can be a Pisces energy here, or post-war apologies needed. Innocence here of love with Pisces reversed in another world. Separation, and beneath separation was wedding, which has to do with the situation involving marriage. The Five of Wands is upright with conflict, seeing lovers, fantasizing no more of having options. And again, a lot of this stuff is coming up from Versace last night. There's a lot of wounding stuff in that movie, or that series. The Four of Wands reversed, the instability at home, no sex on the swing, an energetic exchange with the twin flame, or going out for a meal. No more circle of trust, just fruit outside in a basket by the bird feeder, the lovebirds in the park, and out to eat, but no stability, or just moving or visiting another home. Karmic completion with number 10, and beneath it, health, number 71, which is the number for co-creation for me. So when you're co-creating, it's because you're coming from a place of inspiration and love, the things you love to do. And so then co-creation becomes very natural, and therefore it becomes a very healthy part of your daily life. So the Emperor reversed is coming up as the end of an era, and it was very like paralleling Versace's death, and how it wasn't just about his death, everything that went into his death and all the lives that had been affected by his life in both extremely positive and extremely negative ways. Very interesting. So again, the Emperor reversed, the fall of the Emperor. And the Emperor reversed can be someone out of control abusing their power, or someone out of control losing their power, right? They can no longer control. They can no longer keep up their company or their family. They now need help and they have to step down. It's kind of that energy one way or the other. But the Emperor reverse can be someone who's passed. It can be someone who's just having a bad day, or is, having issues with illness or injury. So there's new passion here for the King of Wands sunshine, exposing all of a higher love. Patience and inspiration. The King of Pentacles upright, looking up, holding their tongue while implementing a plan to go forward. The King of Wands shaman celebrated in the sun. The King of Pentacles with a lashing, all he worked for, gone. No more two-man horse or leprechaun shoes and vanilla wafers, right, where everything always works out perfectly. So it's showing the life of someone who's had it great. They always got lots of attention and success, and then the energies around them when that falls, and how the truth of everything actually then comes out. So much passion, and then there was none. With Leo and Sagittarius upright here, truth be told, in the underlying energies, there's no need for an excuse. The King of Swords is upright with an unhappy family or emotionally unfulfilled, reaping rewards of peaceful travels with clarity or new information at the workplace, of the King of Wands dropping the ball. And again, this can reference, partners in business where maybe the King of Wands can't handle what he used to, or he's sick and he's not telling anybody, and the King of Swords is trying to get to the truth of the matter. But in another world, with the High Priestess post-war, so some kind of conflict energy is over. Like there's no point in fighting anymore. The implementing of a plan to hang out and see a new perspective about childhood or falling out, or the way kids see things. The past returning post-war chaos, having a meal to flirt now that there is karmic completion, and the Emperor is reversed at 11:55, and that was confirmation about, it's like I'm getting like like the emperor is dead, right? So someone who was in great power and did a lot of great things, and a lot of people depended on that person for their happy lives or their happiness because they weren't focusing on their own special abilities, are then going to fall with them at 11:55, which is the truth and justice, truth and balance, right? There's a major truth there. As I just got a ding, so somebody might have gotten a ding on their record there too. So at 11:55 still, we have the recent past with the higher self or psychic abilities, a secret knowing, being quiet about a move, a visit, an ending of a marriage, or that the party is just over. Again, someone who was really big and a lot of people had their happiness because of this other person. And now they have to find their own happiness. They have to follow their own inner true self, their authenticity instead. The party's over in some sense for somebody here. On a quest or battle between families, the Four of Wands reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed, and a fight ensuing between them. After a sudden event or epiphany or not so sudden event, stressed out, ending the nightmare, or sleepless in Seattle and downturn and no reunion. No social life or joy, or dealing with gossips or overindulgers here. In an energetic exchange with the King of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, and community, with guilt and shame of giving in to temptation, codependencies, or horny devil waving, the fallen angel. Pisces upright, Scorpio and Libra reversed, and Capricorn upright here. The foundation of the Page of Cups upright, exuding innocent love, standing up to injustice and finding peace in heartbreak, separation, and disappointment. The central energy of the Chariot reversed, the brokenness, the stuckness, the chaos, or without a car, in a breakup, a breakdown, a break-in, or breakthrough, released to vacation, or kids without a word, from the High Priestess holding back an announcement or judgment, or no music, needing to swallow their pride with the Knight of Cups. So there could be a Pisces or Virgo upright energy here, Cancer reversed, Leo upright, Aquarius reversed, and then challenged by the Guidance reversed. Divorce, a break away from a religion, establishment, Taurus, or tradition. Competing for love offer, or to offer love to one with Taurus in their chart. Spiritual, or someone who's outside the box. Or child winning sports is their act of gifting love to their parent, right? So they can please their parent. Self-satisfaction, but no affection, right? So it's this energy where a child is trying to get affection from their parents. So they're achieving great things because what they really want is affection. Or being happy alone now that a breakup has happened. The Page of Pentacles with an opportunity to tell the truth. Coming clean or cleaning up the act or space. Overworked, maybe not working out. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed, unable to function, stuck or holding back or just stubborn. Some might see them as lazy and one verbally abusive, or silent and immovable. Gemini or Virgo and the Knights reversed, but Pisces or Virgo is upright with the Knight of Cups upright. So there's two Knights reversed and one upright, very loving. Taurus reversed and Gemini reversed here as well. The Fool free and the King of Pentacles reversed, no superhero. Narcissistic Hierophant reversed, or King of Pentacles with Taurus in their chart, may be verbally abusive or holding their tongue, with the King of Wands upright, who is affectionate devil, or Capricorn marking their territory. Or the Queen of Wands reversed is the devil, with no reunion here with the Emperor reversed, in a death, an end, transition, or dark night. Or a manly woman or feminine man who's insecure and overly hangry, without the barmaid trophy at hand. Now here is the Six of Wands reversed, the failure, under the radar, the divorce, the break, the end, or the death, the transition and dark night of the King of Swords upright, or Taurus reversed and Scorpio upright with lawyer or advisor. The King of Swords keeping their cards close to their chest, with the Knight of Wands rushing in for the kill and the walk, or disappears into that good night with a plan afterward. At 12:19, which is the Hangman and the Sun, letting go to fix or repair or make amends, and perhaps offer time, money, and effort, or restitution to fallen angel or temptation, caught with their pants down, confessing only after the fact in a twist of fate, in selling their soul to the devil, grounding and integrating an offer from the past, and depressed, needing to heal, to be inspired to burn the past at 12:21 a.m. At 12:23, which is then the Hangman and the King of Wands shaman again, ending an emotional cycle of unhappiness or getting kicked out of a family, no longer putting their ass out there before inspecting every inch. So it's like someone getting burned and now they're not going to put their butt on the line again ever before inspecting every last inch. Unable to get any information out of her, unable to manipulate her, released from energetic prison or vampiring though, in a disconnect, not seeing eye to eye, or at a distance not being able to see each other face to face, in energetic exchange with the twin flame, dumping emotional attachments, no longer confused and a little bit of difficulty speaking there, about pushing buttons to purge, like triggering people to purge so they'll bring their wounds up, or dumping the Queen of Pentacles here, who's upright, if they won't tell what happened. Soon here for the twins, there's no reason here with the Emperor reversed and the Page of Pentacles presenting the truth to the Page of Wands, they're both upright, who's inspired to face the King of Cups. There's like a paying it forward here, where the Page of Pentacles is giving the truth to the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is inspired to face the King of Cups with their inspirations. And the King of Cups is with clarity about Leo, pets, or kid, or taming the beast with the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed, and or the Emperor reversed and the Wounded Warrior upright. Aries reversed and Leo upright here is the main energy. Or clearing up an incident with kids and a pet. So these could be kids coming in to tell someone, or these could be kids with the King of Cups, where he's speaking for the kids to the neighbor with the pet. And maybe, I don't know, someone got hurt by a pet, or just the pets were doing something or took their ball, something like that could happen. And then the King of Cups defending the kids to the Emperor reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Pentacles reversed. The twin flames are seeing themselves as the Ace of Swords upright, the truth, on the side of the truth, dumping a load, their burdens, or all responsibilities, or confessing to the King of Wands shaman and the Queen of Cups upright, or being confessed to as the Hermits reversed, coming out about dropping the ball or losing their mind, and hanging out trying to see new perspective of reaping rewards and not feeling worthy at night, or not feeling worthy of the Queen of Cups, who may be a Cancer. Virgo reversed, Capricorn upright, and Cancer upright here. Deception and passion, but also the honeymoon, and this could be the one came up for the twins. So somebody's wearing a false mask, but there's also great passion here. There's time away with the honeymoon, and then this could be the one. Around the twins are how they're seen. So you've already met the partner that you seek, is that top card. The Knight of Pentacles reversed may be stuck or on strike, being stubborn or unable to function, as the Knight of Wands is upright, rushing in passionately after feeling guilt or shame, rising above or awake to the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or legacy, or the world at large, needing their help or always depending on them. And that can go both ways. But it's really about, it can go both ways for sure. The block here for the twins being the Shadow or Capricorn, walking away, as the Fool is now free to leap. So worrying about that. And the King of Pentacles reversed, or Capricorn worried that two ships will just pass in the night. Or Capricorn and Aries both upright here, blocked by doing shadow work. So they may have something against doing shadow work. At 12:36, which is the Hangman and the Atlas energy of the Ten of Wands. New beginnings, healing, and even more so, follow your dreams. Sunshine, vacation, energized, or exposing rumors, negative self-talk, or mouthy kids, bad news, without a leg to stand on here. The Three of Cups reversed with no joy, no reunion, of the Knight of Cups upright offering love to the Chariot or Warrior reversed and the Empress reversed, perhaps a broken mother or Cancer reversed and Taurus reversed, and turning the Knight of Cups away, who's offering love. The Page of Pentacles taking an opportunity to get the truth out. The Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups both upright with the Page of Wands upright, splitting up to get the word out to multiple parties, the younger ones to the King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups to the Cancer reversed and Taurus reversed, or mother's car with issues. The party's over, released from theft. The Devil between the King of Wands upright and the Queen of Wands reversed, and no reunion between the Queen of Wands reversed and the Emperor reversed. Or Aries reversed and Scorpio upright, and Gemini or Virgo reversed here. Or unhappy reunion without a leg to stand on, negative talk or bad news, release from a negative group, choosing a new path or their twin flame, overworking in the downturn, the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave opening up to the Sovereign or their own sovereignty at 1247, which is the Hangman and the Seven of Cups, which is synchronicities or having options. The Hangman, so the King of Wands here may have some bad news or negative self-talk, or dealing with a mouthy child who may be talking either potty mouth or talking too much or letting too much information out about the family, that kind of thing. Hanging out with the Page of Cups upright, who's always open-hearted, right? Their heart's open wide, they're telling the truth, to the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the High Priestess or secret of chaos or the warpath here. The challenge of the divorce or lack of guidance without reason, the Emperor reversed, and the shadow, where his shadow is failure and neediness for attention, or not accepted by the group, but released to choose a new path. Work may not be working out in the slowdown, the retrograde, or the twist of fate to get him to open his heart. So it's all guided, okay? So hanging out with higher self, implementing a plan to send a love message without a car or travel under the radar, challenged by thinking outside the box, or in a divorce or breaking contract. The truth is out about the Emperor reversed, out of control, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, unable to function, doing shadow work on a negative group or gossips or overindulgers or third party, or the group failed and released him from a contract that wasn't working out, now choosing different paths. They're going their separate ways. The wheel not turning forward until the Divine Masculine opens his heart at 1254, which is the Hangman and the Page of Swords, the message. So that was the read. And I'm going to pull you a few cards. All right, so let's see what the spirit animals have to say. And if there's a deck I haven't used for oracle reads at the end that you miss or you'd like me to do a read from, like, go ahead and say so in the comments, okay? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe as well in the comments. YouTube's been unsubscribing people and just randomly notifying you or not notifying you, so make sure you check the bell if you want notifications of when the video is coming out, that kind of thing. Okay, so for the twins, what is our takeaway from this read? From the Animal Spirit deck. Take a deep breath, everybody. Okay. We have the Stingray. Okay, and that really highlights the chakra system and the Rainbow Bridge. And it's bringing up, when I was in Barbados, I was at a restaurant that you can sit at the water's edge and see the stingrays in the water. So it's bringing that up for some reason, so that might be significant for somebody. But I'm also getting the kite flying here with the shape of the stingray. And also, there's two other cards that want to be seen there, but you can see how the lines of the background are literally flowing right into the stingrays. He's becoming one with the energy, and it's also like the flow of air. And this is coming up as water energy. So it's interesting because the name Sting and Ray, so I'm getting like the rays from above activating the chakra system, but they still have the sting of their humanity. Obviously they're not a human, they're a fish, but that's that kind of energy of being both angelic and human at the same time, right? Both with ego and non-ego. And this feminine energy of water. So the underlying energy here is the rabbit. And the rabbit's very scared. They're like this, ooh, they're in fear. So this energy of fear, because there's been a lot of underlying anxiety energies of the collective coming up. And then we have, I don't know why it's reversed. They're all usually upright. But the golden egg's coming up reversed for some reason. That's probably why the bunny's scared. because the golden egg is supposed to be upright. Like that's the mother's heart with the golden egg and the aqua energy all around, like my picture of the egg with the in the nest. Okay, so it's again focusing on your heart. Focus on the mothering your inner child here when the bunny's afraid. The other two cards that are coming up with the stingray are the mouse and the hyena. Very opposite energies, right? Because the mouse is also scared. He's like the bunny, right? These two guys are scared. They're like, ooh, we're scared. And then here's the hyena who likes to make jokes at other people's expense. But there's also something good about the humor there, to not take ourselves so seriously, right? We don't want to be either of these extremes, but we do want to be in the middle there. So, don't take things too seriously or too liberally, Don't be in fear and don't be in manipulation and control. Here's the stingray all centered in the middle at 0 point in their chakra system. I'm also getting the shock of the chakra system. We're going to read the stingray for sure. All right, let's see what the stingray has to say for you. All right, stingray. Stingray is developing confidence, a sense of self or spine, which again is activating your chakra system. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, the easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, and uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends makes this decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So when they're in balance, they're eager and they want to grow, but when the stingray is out of balance, they blame others and quit. To bring into balance, move through the discomfort, allow it, right? Don't go into fear because of it, thinking it will never end. That's never true, right? You can take a nap and the fear will end as soon as you wake up. So remember, there's always resets there, and to just allow it to go through it, because that's how you get to the other side. Just like the energy of going underwater tunnels, you have to go through the water to escape from the tunnel on the other side. So let's say you go into a cave, and the cave, there's an earthquake, and the cave collapses, and you can't get out the cave. But the other side, you find an opening to water, but it's all underwater. So you have to literally have faith that you need to swim out in the water to find open air where you can then escape from the pain that you're experiencing. It's having faith and trusting to go into the pain to allow yourself to come out the other side. And then I want to read the hyena too. We'll give you a little bit about the mouse. Let's see here. So the mouse is earth. Where's the little mouse? So he's detail oriented and small minded. He's nitpicky and nervous. So it's a lot of the same kind of energy as the bunny. He's organized, resourceful, and prepared, but when out of balance, busy with no purpose, right? Like looking like you're busy at work so that you don't get in trouble. And then to bring into balance a meaningful project. So the mouse needs guidance from outside themselves still. And then we have the hyena, which is fire energy, which is humor, wit, and sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester, and that came up with the nonsense and jest, right? Not using your senses. The hyena personality is a jokester and a crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships, or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable about discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? So when you're in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around, but when you're out of balance, you're scrappy, petty, and suspicious. To bring back into balance, sobriety. All right? So again, the hyena is coming up to show you the contrast between here, right? This is someone who uses humor at the expense of others. And this one's in fear for no reason. So it's trying to bridge the gap between these two energies. And obviously, the hyena using jokes at other people's expense have to do with his own insecurities, as well as what they brought up in the book. that we often use sarcasm to cover up what we really want to say. So it's really trying not to use sarcasm and being more direct and making the humor more light and innocent and fun for everybody, not targeting somebody. So again, using the chakra system to align your fear, and these are two different kinds of fears here, really. All right, let's see what I'm going to pull you a Starseed Oracle card as well, because these are all activator cards, the pictures. So I want to get as many cards out there activating you as possible. So make sure to take a look at the card. And this is the Starseed Oracle. All right, that one came right up. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Radon Atom. Autonomy, self-fulfillment, and non-reaction. Again, not being triggered by things. Right? So if someone makes a joke at your expense, not being triggered by it. Either by not reacting at all, or being able to laugh at yourself, or walking away when someone's obviously being very cruel for no reason. Okay, so radon atom and autonomy, self-fulfillment, and non-reaction. Let's see what the book has to say about it. And it's number 33, by the way, which is the Christ vibration. All right, so the radon atom is autonomy, self-fulfillment, non-reaction. The elements are light and air. The crystals are moldavite and meteorite. All chakras, which came up with the stingray. And the zodiac signs Aries, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Libra. And Sagittarius came up with Jupiter today, but we also had Capricorn and 9, which is Virgo. So a lot of earth energy that came up too. So intensely activating, this image of the radon atom transmits an energetic radiation that quickens light throughout the entire body, delivering the radiation at etheric levels that the body can use and process without the harm and injury associated with its physical properties. So it's like telling a joke without having to be hurtful. One of the noble gases, radon, is stable monoatomic chemical possessing its total electron capacity in its outermost shell. And again, that's putting a shell on us, right? How we protect ourselves. Encouraging autonomy and self-fulfillment, as well as detachment from unhealthy situations through non-reaction. Okay, so again, it's just emphasizing not reacting to other people's triggers. And that's how we diffuse them. So instead of fighting with fire, not fighting at all, but being the horse trainer and being loving to the horse as many times as they come to you wild as they need to come until they're ready to come to you. So that kind of energy is coming up from that book. All right, so let's see. The bottom of the deck here was the Seal of Subtle Luminosities. If you just want to take a look at that, I'm not going to read it. It's discernment, discipline, and order. And it's very white, so it has to do with clearing. And then we have the Journey of Love. So 1151, Justice for the King of Swords, and 5808, which is the rest, the 5D connection, and the 8 of the dance between the masculine and feminine. And then here's the Journey of Love. Let's see what comes up at the Journey of Love. Okay. This just came up. Same answer, 68, which is the Page of Pentacles. Drop into your heart for a new manifestation. And merging the magenta and the green, the heart and the high heart, the physical heart and the etheric heart. And again, the spiral dance of the goddess. The pearl, olive oil comes up with this, the fallopian tubes, the 29 of being very present to the gift of the moment. That the pearl is the bacteria that gets in the clam or the oyster. Just like your wounding, it eventually creates this beautiful pearl. Just like a strangled fallopian tube. There's something that comes out of everything that's negative in your life. Any wounding, there's always a pearl that's to come. And these are the same 3 cards that came out yesterday, or maybe the day before. I think it was yesterday's cards, and the Lovers. Same thing, same message. And then right after these 3 cards is the Void. The 40 is the Page of Cups, that sweet, innocent love. This is the heartbreak of separation. This is the two lovers out in the cold, that as long as they have each other, they're good. Having faith. Okay? So again, dropping into your heart, the spiral dance of the goddess and the lovers. I think this came up with the other heart card before. Well, any which way. It's a very feminine energy here and here. But there's also, this is that green of olive oil, but also this, the military and gangrene. So there's always different perspectives of everything. The green and the magenta. And here they're focusing on the green, but the green's a little bit off color, as you see. Here it's, more of a brighter green. Here it's more of that, gangrene-y color or olive oil. And that could be like Popeye and olive oil. Maybe you need to eat some spinach. And again, the pattern is repeating this. You see that? Over and over again. Over and over. Higher and higher. They keep looking up no matter what. Being present in the void. That innocence of love. So manifesting, being present in the moment, the 0 point. The lovers out in the cold, as long as they have each other. And 0 point, the void. So it's very much coming up, being present to the gift of the moment, no matter what it is. Okay? As long as you have each other, you can look up and put the power in your heart. All right, so we're going to read 68 again, because I guess they're saying that you need to hear it again. The bottom of the deck is 34, which is that 8 of Wands, and I love this card. It's very 2D, right? But it's got beautiful color in it. Becoming, right? So allow yourself to become. This is nature and seeing orbs amongst the nature. About maybe they're easier to see amongst the nature of the greens and yellows as opposed to the air. They may be harder to see. Maybe you're going to get a gift of seeing an orb, or perhaps receiving a blue feather. The 13 of the endings and transitions, and then the 34 of the exchange, the energetic exchange of color, of contrast. Definitely contrast here, okay? The contrast between light and dark, between feeling bad for yourself or not feeling bad for yourself, being in the void or not being in the void, being in your heart empowered or not being in your heart empowered, right? Strangling off the fallopian tubes, which is death, right? Because then there can be no creativity or no rebirth. So we have 68 again, 68. That's the Page of Pentacles. Drop into your heart. There is a place of light within that no darkness can touch. It cannot be shamed. It can never be made impure. It is never lost or darkened or unavailable to us, though we may forget sometimes, sitting in a darkened room and not realizing that we can stand up and walk into the light so close to us, just on the other side of the doorway to the heart. Whatever may arise, great joy, great sorrow, drop into your heart and offer to the divine, gently bowing your forehead into your hands in prayer. Connect mind to heart. Let yourself have some peace. It wants you, This oracle brings you an offering. The divine would like you to offer whatever is bringing your heart trouble, or, of course, joy. The divine would like to receive this from you as a gift, that it may return to you some special blessing. Place your hands at your heart, and in genuine reflection, and remember, don't give your power away, perhaps you may choose to offer your heart burden or light now. Either will be joyfully received by the divine, and you shall be graced with a gift in return. And the poem reads, longing, the dance to move beyond the feeling, that draws me forward to a place born within, that calls my soul to feel complete. And again, that's just about being sovereign in the present moment at 0 point. Being happy with yourself in this moment, just as you are, and not worrying about anything else, knowing that the universe has your back. Okay? Okay, guys. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and rise and be loved. It was just 10404. Have an amazing day, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.